Today I'm in here with the one and only King Vaughn. How you doing, man?
Yo, what you on, guy?
It's crazy. It's nice to have you in here. I remember like 6 months, a year ago, there was just a weird moment where I just clicked on a random video and was like, holy fuck, this dude got one of the most different flows I heard in a minute.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And ever since then, I was like, man, we got to get him in here.
That's Lord.
Yeah. So
What video that was?
it was just one of the crazy story ones. You know, I just hadn't really heard the flow at that time, and I was just very taken aback. I'm sure you have that experience with people a lot of times. Like, how do you explain that flow in particular that kind of helped you blow up?
Gang, I don't know how to explain it. Just that's like my flow. That's the flow I make when I don't got no beat. You see what I'm saying? Because I made that song. I wrote it without no beat. I made the song on a bus on my way to Chicago from Atlanta and shit.
On the bus? So you didn't have a piece of paper? You were writing in your phone or whatever?
Nah, yeah, I was writing in my phone.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But the beat ain't no beat. I'm in that bitch getting that.
Damn, but so do you have any like ability to sort of tell like where that came from? Because it's such a different, it's like a weird pause that you put in the middle of the bars, like where you say everything at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I guess, you know, you make music off all the shit you like and shit. Like, I guess all the music I used to listen to, you know, I just started rapping, and when I made that shit, I just started for real. So it ain't like it was a scientific thing or nothing. It was just, that's how it sound good to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It sounded good to me, shit.
It's crazy because when we think about like Chicago rap and drill music and all that shit, there's not a lot of storytelling raps in that shit. But you're somebody who's always kind of gravitated towards that.
Yeah, because I don't like go in and just get to rapping like off the dome. I think about it. Like, I really think about it from like, especially when I make the story. Sometimes I go in and do that now since I've been rapping. So, you know, sometimes you just go right in and just do it.
Right.
Hear a beat and do it. But most of the time, I hear a beat and I think of a story in my shit. And then I do the words and try to just make them rhyme. But I already got what's going to happen in the song. You see what I'm saying?
It's so interesting because I feel like a lot of times rappers have almost like gotten away from storytelling shit because it feels too personal, and especially because of the recording process now that everybody just goes in and punches in, so it's like less of an ability to sort of craft a story. But are you always somebody who sort of was just writing stuff down before you went to record?
Right, like, yeah, most of the time, like, I'll be having the beers and shit. Like, this jail shit been coming a lot. So I wrote a lot of shit. You know, in jail, you zone out. So that's the thing. Like, that's like a cheat code. Like, even though you out missing everything, nah, the only thing you can do is work out, write shit, and think and plot. So I'm in that bitch using all my time. I'm writing shit. So now I still got like 50, 80 like sheets of paper and shit with songs on it. You see what I'm saying?
So you feel like you can actually get good writing done in that environment? Because I heard a lot of people say like, I can't write in jail because the vibe is fucked up.
Gang, what else you finna do in this bitch? Like, what you gonna do? Like, you ain't got
I would be
shit
looking for anything creative to do in that environment.
Nothing else to do. Write people, get on the phone. You can get on the phone all day. Niggas be on the phone. But it be them times you can't come out the cell. You see what I'm saying? It be the times you gotta go in the cell. You can't sleep. It'd be nice you ain't sleeping. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got shit going on. Any nigga that got something going on in jail, it'd be hard to sleep at night. How you just gonna? You got bills to pay. You got people out here and shit. You got kids.
Exactly.
So I'm up. Like, I gotta do something, and I can get rich off this. So I'm in this bitch. I'm getting rich.
But are you working out as a free man, or you just work out when you're locked up?
Just I work out free too.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever like tours, we try to stop at some gyms and shit. Then, you know, hotels got gyms now.
That's dope.
So we'll get some little cardio in and shit.
That's good. I feel like a lot of like younger rappers can't really get into the mentality of working out because they're young, they feel good, they're partying and shit.
Yeah, the drugs, that shit slow everything down. Really, the drugs, when motherfuckers lazy and ain't used to working out. But I'm used to being locked up and gotta stay fit, you know.
Right, because you spent way too much time throughout your life in there.
Yeah, and you can't be you gotta work out. You want somebody to beat you up. You don't want nobody being over strong than you. So you just gotta.
But what's your experience like in jail? Because at this point, you're like famous as fuck. Everybody in there knows exactly who you are, who you're associated with. It's got to be a lot different than the first time that you went in when you were mostly lesser known.
Yeah, it's different now because first off, I'm in Atlanta. You know, my case right now,
true.
it's Atlanta. It's Atlanta bound or whatever. And the first time, my other case, all that shit, that's Chicago. So now motherfuckers know me in jail, a younger nigga. When I'm doing biz, but I'm in tour with them, or I done did something to one of their people, or they did something to one of my people. So it's gotta stay on guard, you gotta fight and shit. But now you see a motherfucker, you think they looking at you staying, but they really fanned out. They on some, hey, you Vaughn, good man, you going crazy. But before it used to be, if you see motherfucker looking at you like that, they on your ass or something. You finna fight.
In Atlanta, they mostly know you for the music, whereas in Chicago, they know you for a bunch of street shit too, right?
Yeah, it's love in Atlanta, because I ain't did nothing to nobody out there. Like, I ain't. But Chicago, you know, it's people. Everybody, family, everybody. Then you grew up around here, so you done fucked up with all type of people. You done see some people you done robbed before. You done fucked his bitch and all type of, and you done did something.
Right. That was a big theme in your music too, is just fucking other people's girls, their moms, all kinds of shit. You can imagine a lot of people would probably be mad at you. If I saw a motherfucker in jail who fucked my mom.
You gotta beat him. You gotta beat him bad.
I don't even know. If someone had sex with my mom, I don't even know how I feel. Like, my mom has always been out of that category. She's like just much older.
Yeah, and I'm gonna rub it in the motherfucker face if I don't like him too. Ooh, I'm a little boy. Straight stepson, all type. I'm rubbing heads.
Stepson. So you walk by him in the hall and just rub his head.
Rub his head.
I fucked your mama.
Lunch in the locker.
That's
packed your lunch.
Holy fuck. But so your shit, your court shit, like, you were locked down on house arrest for like the majority of the past 6-8 months. So this tour is like, you only done a few tours. That's all the time you've been able to leave?
Shit. Before the case, we just did the Meek Mill tour where Dirk. Dirk was just bringing me on though. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, the first real tour. Then we did the little grandson tour when I got out last time, but they put us back in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now I'm on the tour with her. But yeah, I was on house arrest all before that and shit. So house arrest, you in the house, work out, write,
film
make
videos
songs,
in the crib.
records. Yep, shooting. I shot a lot of videos in the house. I had to.
Right.
Yeah, you got to stay focused. You got to keep going, man. That shit can't.
But that probably makes you want to book so many fucking tours because of the fact that that's the only reason you can leave, right?
As soon as you get that movement, thank you. You've been praying for it because,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just be in the house, and it's money. You got to go place. You got to do this shit.
It's got to get old, man. Can you go in the backyard or like sit on the porch and shit, but you can't go too far from the crib?
Yeah, you can do that. You can, little shit, and they'll let you go. You can go to the, whatever. Like, you need movement, go check in, go to the doctor or something. You can go, little shit like that, but it's just too much. You can't go.
Yeah, definitely. But isn't you and Dirk, your probation or whatever is such that you're not supposed to be associating with other people who are part of the case? So is it like a thing where you're not supposed to be around each other?
Yeah, so me and Dirk, we only see each other like at court, if we got court or some shit.
So even when you're on tour, you can't really be around each other too much?
Nah, we can't. Nah, hell nah.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that shit ugly.
Is that strange, like, just to have the court basically just saying you can't be cool with one of your best friends?
Yeah, because it's like, I started this shit off with him. Like, he started it up for me and everything. Like, how people get to noticing me shit. He bringing me to his interviews and pulling up a chair right here and letting me sit right there.
Right.
Like, even though it's just, like, it's supposed to say if he came, no jump, he'd have a chair right here for me. You'd be like, what the fuck going on?
Right.
Nah, this is my artist. You see what I'm saying?
But all that stuff is out for right now, which is unfortunate.
That's what I'm saying. So they just say we caught the case and they removed me for everything. Like, in all my shows, I only was having shows because of Dirk.
Right.
Like, he pulling me on his shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm only going places with Dirk. I'm only doing. So now it was time to, they put the case. You can't be around Dirk no more. You can't move. So now I was only in the studio with Dirk. I was on it. So now it's do everything on your own. You just got to do it. So I just had to.
It's crazy because I was reading an article that just came out in, I think, Billboard, and they were like, yeah, we met King Von last year because Dirk was coming through doing his promo run, and you were just kicking it, watching, observing and shit. And they're like, and now, a year later, he's here, and he's the star of the show. That's got to be kind of a crazy feeling, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that shit happened so quick.
Do you, okay, so you're from O Block?
Yeah.
Like, right there?
Straight, yeah, that's what it's called. 64th King Drive, 64th, 65th. It started really on 63rd.
Right.
That little whole area, Parkway Gardens complex.
Do you remember when Keef came out? Was that like a huge changing point for the neighborhood and for Chicago as a whole?
We was yeah. Yeah, Chicago as a whole, but really for us, because, he from my block, so shit, you know how that shit go. But I was in jail.
Oh, okay.
So I was out first. We started rapping, he started going crazy. So the shit been raw to us and shit, but not everybody get to listen to it. Now I'm in jail. They call him like, man, folks on the radio and shit now, folks going crazy. Like, he taking off with the shit. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I'm in jail. I'm thinking about jail shit. We still young. We still gang banging. It's 2011, 2012.
Right.
So I get out, I see, talk to him and shit. He on the radio and shit. He tell me on the radio, but he was on house arrest. And I get out. I was only out for like 8 months. I get back locked up.
Damn.
But that shit changed. Yeah, that shit, Reese, Dirk, all that shit got to.
Yeah, that was just like, that must have been the craziest time for your area specifically. And just to see, like, that was the first time where I ever seen a younger Chicago rapper, or really just a rapper in general, come out. And I remember the thing that people said was that he blew up in the high schools before he blew up really anywhere else. Like, it was in the streets and in the high schools, so it didn't. Yeah, the YouTube videos were doing crazy, but it was because of what was going on, like, in the streets, which is probably one of the first times that, for a dude like you, like, at that time, were you even thinking about rapping or thinking about being a star?
Nah, hell nah. We wasn't. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck, how old we was? had to be, he like 15, 16, I'm 16.
9 years ago?
Yeah, so you saying we wasn't thinking about the rap shit, hell never. So he been, I ain't gonna lie, he did though, like since Travis, what they called, Travis Porter and them?
Travis Porter and them, yeah.
It was a group.
Right, yeah.
He used to fuck with them hard, he used to be trying to, he playing this music and shit, that's how I first heard about them. Now he get the rapping, he got Nate type of white boy swag, the little surfer shit, he get the Holliston. Then he get the rapping, he had the Mohawk and shit, he rapping and shit. So he been thinking about it, but I'm just want to be I want the game bang, because that's what's going on right now. We into it and shit. I want to be with the older guys that's running around in the cars and the money and shit. That's what was around. You know, that's what's going on. Right. But he just want to rap though.
But were you plotting on rapping even a little bit? Were you rapping, just hanging out with the homies?
I ain't the plan. I just go to the studio with him. I get some weed, and you know, we get some weed. Go to the studio. We go to his grandma's house. Go to my mom's house or something. Then go to the studio. The nigga named Ken, little Chinese nigga. We go to his crib.
DJ Ken, yeah.
Yeah, we go to Ken crib and shit.
Still see him all the time.
So yep. So then like I'll be at school. In the school, he stopped going to school for a minute. But I had to be like a junior at the time. And he had to be like a freshman or something. Or I don't know what the fuck grade folks was saying. But he wasn't going to school because I'd get off the bus with my book bag. He'd be waiting there for me with the paper and saying like, man, I just wrote this raw ass. I wrote this raw song and shit. And we'd go to the studio, try to get some little weed or something.
Right.